Mhm. Here we go. I think we're ready here. Let's see. Everybody hear me? Anyone there? Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome to Doji Stocks. This is our first live together. Um, we're going to go over a little bit of the market today. We're going to talk about the SPY, and we're also going to talk about a few different stocks. One is definitely going to be regarding Tesla. So, second here. Okay, so what we're going to do is if you look at the chart here, this is the SPY. This is the 30-minute chart. It was a very interesting day. As you could see, it was very volatile with the markets, and obviously the news that was going on with Canada and Trump, and obviously other aspects with Musk as well. So if we want to look at the 5-minute chart, as you could see, the last video that I made yesterday, I pointed out for the ones that are interested in doing options on the SPY, which ticker symbol is SPY. So I said at this level here, at the 569, we're looking for puts. This is the second option. The first option was at the 563.72 level. We opened up in this area at the 567. We came up, we touched the level that I recommended at 569.77. And then it's all the way down. Hold on one second. Does everybody see the chart? All right. I guess here we go. Hold on. Does everybody see the chart? Let me know on the chat if you see the chart or you see me. I feel like you're seeing me. Okay. So let me rewind everything. It seems like the chart was never up. I was hitting the button and nobody was seeing what I was seeing. Okay. So what we're going to do, let's talk about the SPY once again. I'm sorry about that. So we opened up at this level at the 567.63 level. Um, and then it came up to the level that I recommended yesterday on the video. There was two opening levels. I was looking at the first level at the 563.72, and then the second level at the 569.69 for puts. So we opened up this morning at the 567.70. It came up, it hit the first level, and this was a great position um, to get into puts right in here as soon as it hit right around 940. And then you could have driven this all the way down to the first stop. It retraced a little bit and it came down all the way to the next level that I recommended to get into calls, which was at the 555.88 level. If you guys remember and saw the video, I wrote down look for calls at this level. So that would have been a nice payday as a put. And then you could have gone back and forth going into, as you could see, it bounced off. It hit our October POC, bounced off, used that as resistance, came back down, touched that level of the calls that I recommended, and then it actually came all the way down to the 816 POC. Another great position, and I said yesterday in the video, the 2024 value area high is a very key level. That buyers and sellers needed to look at, and as you could see is used it as a resistance, and then once it hit that level it rejected, and that was a our sign to get into puts for SPY. And if we could use the first level right here at the 556 level, it broke that level and it went all the way down to the 551 level. Then it retraced, and then the market started going back up again, and then it came down towards the end, back to our level here. So that's the 5 minute chart of what happened today. Um, so, like I said, the 2024 value of area high is a key um, level for the buyers and the sellers. Obviously, the sellers came in and they took control in the last 10 minutes of the market today. If we could see after market what is happening. There we go. So this is showing you it drops down and then it's bouncing off this level where I recommended yesterday to get into calls. So right now we're going back to trying to retest that 2024 value area high. Um, so just keep an eye out there. So what we're going to do, let's chart for tomorrow and see what looks like might happen. Okay. So we're going to go whenever we chart. Remember, we got to go to the 30-minute chart. Okay. We'll cancel these guys out. Overall, looking at the candles, look at this humongous red candle. So it's hitting down to this level at the 555.89. And look at the selling pressure here. Look at this volume candle, which is a pretty high volume candle. The last time we had this high volume candle was back in the morning on March 4th. And that's when, if you look at March 4th, which is right here, we went down and then we bounced back up. And then we got this humongous sell off right here. So, we got to keep an eye on it. It looks like the market wants to sell even more. We're not officially in a bear territory, um, but we got to keep an eye on it. There's definitely more downside. So let's see what we got. So we're going to pull up the SVP, look at the levels with the SVP. We're just going to carry over our levels. So we're going to carry over our value area high. We're going to carry over our POC. Remember, the POC is the point of control. That is the area where we saw a lot of buying or selling throughout the trading day. And then we finally carry over our value area low. Okay, so these are the levels that we're looking at right now. Now we're going to look into our TPO, see where our spikes are, poor lows, poor highs, because that's going to indicate where there might be a good bounce. All right, so we got right here in this level, that's our core low. Okay. This is still a single print at 569 there. Okay, so we take the TPO out. Let's look at what we got here. So looking at the level, it all depends on where we open up. Um, Obviously, this is the bearish level. We're gonna see if so because of this single, the poor low is down in this area. It looks like it's going to try to come to this level as much as it can. Um, So, my opinion, obviously, these are all opinion. It looks like if we do open at this level at the single prints at the 555, we're going to try to aim down to the 552 area right in this area because we want to clear this up. So, the way it's going to look is if we open up, it's going to bounce here, 553, come back up and go down to there. And then this is our target in this area here, 552. That's the one area that I think we might hit. Another area we also have to look at trying to get calls is down in this area in the poor low. Once we see the poor low, we have the September 4th POC. So I would recommend looking and being very careful at this level as a potential bounce. And once we hit this, we could come back up and aim for the 911 V up. And it could end up here, but then I see this going back down. Because if we look at right here, gotta look at our levels right here. And let's go into the 1 day to really see how this market is changing. So we see we have support right in this level at the 540.04. And then our next support is right in this area in the 550.74. So 550 is going to be very crucial, and it could come all the way down to the 550, bounce off the 550 and keep going down. So there's a lot of support levels here. As you could see, um, we have the very low is right at the 539 area, which is where the support level is right in here. As you can see these candles. So overall, just looking at this, it looks like tomorrow is going to be even more of a bearish day. I would definitely aim looking at the puts at the 2024 value high. If it does come up, always, if it does come here, it's going to retrace in a bearish move. So that's going to be a key in that level. If we open lower, this is definitely going to go back down to the 150, 152, and then 150 area. All right. So that's the SPY. If you look at, let's look a little bit on Tesla. Okay. So Tesla today, as you see this downtrend, obviously, we have our EMAs, we have our 8 and the 13 EMAs. For the ones that follow the EMAs, you could see it's following that trend and never breaking that trend and going up. So it's staying underneath there. But if you really look at Tesla, what do we see in this hour chart? And feel free to chat a little bit. Let me know. What do you see here, right in this area? Does anybody see anything there? So, right off the bat, if we get from here, we draw a line from here to here, draw a line from here to here, and then we draw a line from here to here. Does anybody know what that is? Kiko, come on, you know what this is. What's this representing? So, this is a bear pennant. So, whenever you see this, this is indicating that this stock wants to go down even more. Okay, so this is a key bear pennant pattern. So chances are what it wants to do from this area, it's going to go up a little bit and then come down, up, and then it's going to aim for the 220 up. The next level will be 215, 214 area. Good job. Bearish triangle. Good job, Kiko. So it's going to retest back here and aim down here. Okay. So Tesla is definitely looking like it wants to go down and it has moved, it has a lot of space to go down. If you could look at even our candles here, where our volume is decreasing even more. Okay. So that is also a bearish signal in our candles. So we have one confirmation here, and then we have another confirmation here. Okay, so the two confirmations that Tesla does want to go down even more. Okay, um, so that's a key. So keep an eye. Obviously, Tesla is a beast, and it wants to do. It does whatever it wants to do. So we just got to keep an eye. But I see this definitely coming down, and then even in this area, this might even go down even lower. I could even see this, these are other areas of support in the 199 to 196 area. So these are the two critical areas right now. Um, Let me just look at the chat really quick. How far can Tesla continue going down? Kiko, I wish I had the right answer and a crystal ball. Um, but looking at it, if we get out and zoom out, right? So zooming out, look at where our POC is, our point of control. Our point of control is at 183.65. Okay. And then our volume area low is at 166. We have support all the way down at 136. Um, I don't know if you know, these are the levels, volume profile. So I don't know if you read the book, Kiko, or or you study a little bit on volume profile. So these are shelves, right? So if we look at the shelves and we cover the shelves, there's one shelf here to here. Okay, so one shelf is at 202, and the bottom of that shelf, we're looking at 171. If they break, so normally if you look at the shelf as it comes down, it goes to the bottom of the shelf, it goes back up to the shelf, goes back down to the shelf, and then it breaks that shelf and it goes to our second shelf. So we have another shelf right in this area. We have a small one here. We have another one here. And then we finally have one all the way down here. So if we look at the volume profile as shelves, right? So this is a continuation of this. All right. So right now, this is where we are in this shelf. So the next level shelf is at the 204.95 area. Okay. So chances are, if Tesla wants to go down, it's going to hit that level. And normally, 9 out of 10 times, whenever it hits that shelf level, it wants to go at the far end of that shelf and then bounce back up and try to hit the top of that shelf. And then, if it's going to be more bearish, it's going to try to retest that support line. And then, if it breaks that support line, our next level is going to be in the 150. All right. So that's what we're looking at with Tesla. So very bearish. Um, we got to keep an eye on it. These volume profile really tells a story, right? Let me read some charts here. Yep. Yes. Kiko, next time you're in my area, we got to get together. We'll go to the barbecue place again. We miss hanging out with you. Um, so yeah, so just keep an eye on Tesla. I don't know if you're interested in doing some puts, but definitely this is a bearish pennant. We have for volume. All right. So this is what we're looking at. A bearish pennant. It's hitting the top. It's coming down. And like I said earlier, our first stop would be the 220 area. Um, and then once that goes, this could go all the way down to the 211. And if it really wants to be bearish, our next stop would be 202. All right. So that's pretty much it. I see that we have three people on here. Um, just if you have any questions, if you want me to look at any other stocks, um, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Kiko with Elon, I don't know. He's having too much fun with the president. He forgot that he owns some companies under his belt. So I'm trying to look at there's Kiko's favorite stock. What was it? Kiko, what did you like? Mata, right? You're the Mata man? And SoFi. Okay, I'll look at SoFi. But let's see what's happening with this guy here. All right, so right now, Mata, as you can see, it's down at the value area low. And it actually broke through. It came back up. Now it's coming back down. Um, let's look at some levels here. So remember with the levels here. So we have a shelf right in here. Our next shelf is there. And that's pretty much where we are. We just hit the top of that shelf. So if it's still going to go down, our next level for Mata is going to come down, and you could see there's some support here at the 1217 area. And then more downside, we have a little bit here at the $11.69 down to the 1112, and is, as you can see, the POC is at 964. Okay, so let's zoom out. I want to check out 30-minute chart. Let me clear this up so we have a, let me see. All right, so looking at this, I know, Kiko, you like Mata. You're always doing options on them. So we have a Virgin POC back in February 26th. So Virgin POC, I don't know if you saw my video. So Virgin POC right here, it acts like a magnet. So if Mata is going to continue this downside, as you could see here, um, the next level it wants to go and it needs to go is at 1269. All right. So 1269 is the next level because of the Virgin POC. And then the next POC down in here would be 1241, which is not a Virgin, it's just a regular POC. But if things go well with crypto, we do have a Virgin POC right over here from yesterday, and that's at a 1404. Okay, so we have our low, volume area low, and then our area volume area high back in February 26th. So these are some of the levels. So what it could do, if it's in the downside, um, it'll go down. Okay, gonna retest, come back down. Okay, and it's gonna go right over here ooh, sorry, at the Virgin POC. So this is the downside scenario for Mata, down to all the way down to 1269. If it's bullish, then we have a POC right here and a POC right here. Okay, so if it's bullish, it looks like It's going to go up to 1361, come down 1350, probably 1376 area, bounce down 1363, and then it'll eventually go back to the Virgin POC at 1404, 5 or 4. Okay, so that's the MATA bullish scenario. Okay, so bullish scenario 1404, bearish scenario we're looking at 1269. Okay, and SoFi, right? Kiko, SoFi. Let's see what's happening in SoFi. All right, so let's get this out and let's just look at the VIP. Let's go in 1 hour. Let's see what we got, buddy. Wow, look at this guy. SoFi. Man, it used to be up at almost at $17. Did you are you still holding SoFi, Kiko? Let me clear some stuff here. All right, so looking at this, obviously, as you could see, there was a head and shoulder formation here. We have double top here. Um, it's definitely in a downtrend. So looking at, all right, so you're DCAing, okay. DCAing into your 5,000 shares. So we're looking here. So our volume area low is at 1035. So that's definitely one of the support lines that SoFi will have. So we'll mark that. So going into our shelves, right? So if we look at our shelves, we have a shelf from here to here, and that's where we are. And I'm going to zoom in. Um, then we have a little belly here, and then our next big shelf is right here. Okay, so let's zoom in right in here so we have a better idea. Let me get some stuff out of the way so it's a little clearer. So as you can see, like right, Kiko, and whomever is watching, say hello on the chat. I would appreciate it. But once we came down, we came into this shelf. We started at the top, came all the way down. We tested the bottom of the shelf. We rejected the support, went up to the resistance, tested the support again, and we were doing this back and forth. So right now we're on the top of that shelf once again. So chances are, if it does want to retrace back to 1095, this is where it wants to go. And then the next level, once we break the 1095, our next level of the shelf that we looked at was 1068. And then this is where it wants to go from 1068. The halfway point is at 1018. And it probably, if it's in this shelf, our next bounce area support level will be 968. And then it'll probably back up. That's the bearish scenario. Bullish scenario, obviously, here we wanted to enter leaps in this area at the level 1170 because that's where one of our shelves occur right in here. So we have a nice shelf here from this level. right here. Okay, so from the 1175 to 1197, that's one shelf here. And it has a little ups and downs. So you're going to see a lot of playing back and forth through here until we find the low, the volume area low at 1237. Okay, and you have a nice shelf here as well. So you see all the shelves um, that I'm looking into. So we broke into, once we hit this level, we're going to see it's a good place to get into leaps. Um, right in this area. And then the top of that shelf is 1197. Okay. And you could see how it actually plays out, right? From this level, as you could see, it gapped down, stayed in this level, came back up, it broke the lever and went to the next level. It stayed, and now it's on top of that level. So either it wants to retrace back to support, or it's going to break it and go back to this level here, which is in the level of the 1196 to 1173. And then obviously, if it wants to be more bullish, this is our next target up here in this level, 1260 to 1236. All right. So I hope this was educational for everybody. I'm going to do these live market updates every night at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow I'll be on there again at 9. I'm going to go over today's market. We're going to see our levels for the following day. I'm going to do a little more research on seeing if there's any good plays out there. And I'll share with you guys. Remember, these are just educational purposes only. It's not for any recommendation of buying, holding, or selling. This is just my opinion and just sharing and doing some chart work. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night at the live. All right. Have